There has been announcements already to changes of teams for the 2023 season. Are there more teams that are going to change, or more teams to be added even? Let's talk about that. Bad, unmythical evening, everyone. If you follow Overwatch League news, you've probably already heard about the changes to Paris Eternal and Philly Fusion, now called Vegas Eternal and the Seoul Infernal. I know, another Seoul team. I've already made more in-depth videos for these two teams, so go check them out if you aren't up to date. It's still quite a while before the seasons start in 2023, so this leaves the gap for more announcements to be made from now until then. So let's talk about 4 potentially new team ideas for the 6th season of the Overwatch League. Starting out our 4 is going to be the Arizona Assassins. With assassins spelt incorrectly, but don't worry too much about that. Worry about the skin here, the sort of pinkish red, quite similar to that of the Washington Justice in the Overwatch League, but a little darker than that. The bold red as the secondary color, this team has a certain vicious and aggressive look, which I like a lot. The away skin also is quite nice, a little more sporty looking, like a Canadian soccer team or something. The white with the red and meaty pink is a pleasant combo, and it fits in well with the other Overwatch League away skins. Now onto the fan-made part, which if you don't care about, you're more than welcome to skip to the next timestamp. The roster for these teams are definitely questionable, but before we cover that, let me just explain what's going on here with the badges. The Twitch badge is where I have picked a streamer from Twitch. The team logo with the arrow is when it's a current Overwatch League player changing teams. The weird logo with an arrow will be a Contenders team logo, where a player transitions from the Contenders team to this team. And this little YouTube button is a very special button for the original comment I got suggesting this team idea. So Sampo from the comments section gets the support spot for this team, Zebra on tank, that's right, the Doomfist player, so it's going to be entirely dependent on the meta. Wanted on the damage roll for the hit scan damage, Assassin over from the Washington Justice for the second damage, and finally, Ares from Dice Gaming in the Contenders League, moving up to the big boy leagues. Do you want to have your name featured on a team like this? Not a worry! All you must do is suggest a team name idea down in the comments below, and if it doesn't suck, I will surely make it for you, so don't hold back and get creative. The second team on the list is going to be the Istanbul Blaze. This would be the first Turkish team in the Overwatch League, with a sort of flipped colour scheme of the London Spitfire. That bold turquoisey blue sitting at the back now, and the orange is the primary colour. The logo design for this one was pretty simple. It's like a crater flaming from the middle, coming from the name Blaze, whilst the shape also resembles a crescent moon, present in the Turkish flag. The away skin looking now more similar to the London Spitfire, with the white being present, pushing both the blue and orange to the back, but it does manage to keep its uniqueness to it at the same time. Let's take a look at the roster for the Turkish Wonder. Some familiar names to see here. Bogur on the tank role, a very entertaining streamer on Twitch. I'd highly recommend checking them out. Noru is now the character in the comment section who recommended this team, gets the role in this team playing damage. Glister from the Vegas Eternal, now transitioning over to the Istanbul Blaze. Bluey for the first role of support after their fantastic debut on Facebook Gaming. And Princess from the Team Courage in the Contenders League, moving up to play in the 6th season of the Overwatch League. I hope to see more of the Contenders players moving up like this in the next season. What do you guys think? Now for the third team on the list, the final user suggested team on this video is the Seattle Seals. Seattle is Washington, right? So that would be the second Washington-based team in the league, but with a very differing color scheme to the Justice. This strong light blue as the primary, and then I took inspiration from the Atlanta Reign, where they have that sort of light grey, almost white color as their secondary, as I figured it made them look a lot more aquatic, sticking with the Seals theme. Here's the away skin for the Seattle Seals, the white now as the primary, as the third colour still staying as that white, meaning that there are just a few hints of the blue in this one. Less colour than usual in the away skin, but I think that it looks pretty nice. The roster of the Seals is pretty stacked just like the others. We've got the absolute legend, BAME1 on tank, playing from his couch on ball. Levitate from O1 Esports in the Contenders League as the first damage, Tyler 1 as the second damage with his new appearance on Overwatch 2, Sky Scap, the commenter of this team on the damage role. To be fair, I have no idea what the people that suggest these teams would play. I didn't actually ask them, but just as a judge of character, I suppose, by their name, I put them in the role which I thought suited that. MCD from the Boston Uprising to the Seattle Seals for this season. Now on to the final team. This one is definitely an interesting idea. What if they left a hint all along with a new team hidden in a map? That's right, the Toronto Raccoons from the new Queen Street map could be making a debut in the 2023 season. The color scheme here is pretty much just a flip version of the Washington Justice, but I really like this blue. For some reason, it reminds me more of the Florida Mayhem than the Washington Justice. I suppose it's the blue, but I'm not so sure. But here's the away skin anyway, a very clean looking away skin, the white, blue and red. I always think those colors make very exceptionally well with each other, and this is definitely no exception for that. The roster of the Raccoons is no letdown either. Several pro players coming over like Lige from the Hangzhou Spark on tank, but that's not to say you should overlook Lilac on the DPS, absolutely tearing it up on the Symmetra and Reaper. Soggy from the Contenders team Mindfreak G as the second damage. Twilight's a name you've probably heard of before from the Toronto Defiant to the new Toronto team, and Sharon from the Uprising Academy in the Contenders League, now joining the fellas up at the top. That's the conclusion for this video. What do you guys think about these teams? And leave your comments down below for your very own team ideas for me to recreate, and I'll see you cats, dogs and pigs in the next one. Peace.